Yes, people, Arsenal with Ash here to preview the massive game this weekend, the one everyone's looking forward to, Liverpool versus Arsenal at Anfield. What a game. 3 weeks into the season, we're already at Anfield after going to Old Trafford on the first day. What a challenge in front of us. But I'm looking forward to it, man. We've got a great record against the big sides in the last, 2, 3 years? Unbeaten, in fact, in the league. Um, Anfield's one we ain't cracked yet, though, in terms of 3 points. We've gone there, I think, in the last 3 visits, we've got a draw each time. But we need to go there and win. We need the win, and I feel like this is the opportunity. The season ain't really got going yet. They're not looking, they're looking vulnerable. They're looking strong going forward, but they're looking vulnerable, yeah? And if they're looking strong going forward, we've got the defence to cope with that because we've got the best defence in the league, yeah? And them looking vulnerable, gives us opportunities. It gives us opportunities with our new attacking talent that we have to go there and do something and win the game. Because that is what we need to do. It would put a statement down just before the international break to go to the Anfield, go to the champions and win the game is a big statement. So I'm hoping that we can do that. I believe the boys can do that, but it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a tough game. Liverpool have started the season with 2 wins, scoring goals for fun. Obviously, on the opening day, we saw them beat Bournemouth 4-2. They did go 2-0 up. Bournemouth clawed it back 2-2, and then late on, obviously, Chiesa and Salah with the goals to win them the game. But in that game, we saw the cracks. We saw the vulnerabilities defensively. In the channels, Konate looking shaky. In midfield, they're looking a bit weak. Obviously, Gravenberch is back now, but they looked shaky in that game. However, the goal scorers and the attacking ability that they've always had has got them out of jail. Newcastle, tough place to go. Everything that's riding on that game, obviously the Isaac situation. Newcastle not happy about that situation at all, and at the best of times, that is a tough place to go. So with that added to it, and on a Monday night, and their first home game of the season, tough game, but they got out of it. Liverpool got through it with 3 points. And that's mainly down to a stupid Anthony Gordon, but also down to just a moment of brilliance at the end of the game to win, where they put that goal together. But again, they looked shaky. Newcastle were on them. When it was 11 against 11, Newcastle dominated them. Then obviously Gordon got himself sent off with a stupid challenge. Liverpool got 2 quick-fire goals, and you thought it was done. You thought they'd go on and win 3-4-0. But Newcastle clawed it back to 2-2 with 10 men. 10 men, yeah? And again, they looked vulnerable. Set pieces, transitions, in the channels. Konate again looked shaky. But obviously they won it in the end. And again, that is credit to their attacking ability and attacking players that they've got. But I believe we're a different animal. We are a different animal. And with this defense that we have, we can go there and stop them from scoring. We can go there and they score just one goal and we score a couple. We will hurt them at set pieces. I am convinced, and that is what I think we can really push on in this game, yeah. Because at set pieces, they are vulnerable. They've showed that already this season. That's our strong point. We've already scored 3 set-piece goals in 2 games. 3. So, yeah, that is where we can hurt them. And obviously in transition, I think if we really sit in a nice shape, um, obviously in a mid to low block, when they've got the ball, cut all the spaces, suffocate the midfield so Verts has nowhere to operate in. We've got to manage Salah. Obviously, he's intelligent with his movement and his passing. And we know about his finishing. We can't give him opportunities. Ekitike is a talented footballer. We don't love them type of strikers. Saliba and Gabriel have struggled against them type of strikers before, but I know they're going to be proper up for this one. And I'm sure their concentration will be completely up there. But if we can just sit and suffer for the first 15, 20 minutes, when Anfield's going to be, like, they're going to want to obviously make a statement as well. The Anfield's going to be rocking. They're going to be going for it. So that if we can just suffer and get through those first 15, 20 minutes and then get on the ball, start playing, maybe have a few counter-attacking opportunities with the attacking talent we now have, we can then control the game, in my opinion, because I think we have a stronger midfield. I think we can go there and control the match. Yes, we'll have to be careful of their own transitions because we know what they're like on the counter-attack. But if we can go there, like I said, control the game, start causing doubt in their mind, because them in the mid to low block, as opposed to us in the mid to low block, it's not the same thing. We can cause them problems. We've got the creative players now. We'll get onto the starting level in a minute, but we've got the opportunity to go there and, like I said, make a statement. So I think that we can do that. But it's all in the application. We went to Old Trafford and we weren't great. We really got out of there luckily with 3 points. We have to go to Anfield and stamp our authority immediately. Yes, the first game of the season is completely different. United are up for it. We know the story there. But now we're in match day 3. We've had a great performance last week against Leeds. We have to go to Anfield and put our foot down and make a statement. So, on to the predicted 11. And there's some interesting ones here because obviously we've got the injury doubt of Odegaard, and we know Saka's going to be out for a few weeks. We know Havertz is out. So the main one is the Odegaard situation, which some people might not realize, but I think this is a big one. It's a big one. But yeah, we'll start with obviously in goal. We're going to have David Raya there. I've got no doubt that he's going to have another important game. We're going to need him, especially from like the corners when they've got the big guys up there, Van Dijk, Konate, him clutching them balls out of the sky is going to be important to take the pressure off us. So yeah, David Raya in goal. At right back, I'm going with Jiri and Timber. Even if Ben White is fit again, I'm going Jiri and Timber. He is going to be up against Gakpo most likely. He's countryman, but I trust Timber against any forward in the world. I think he's that good. So Timber at right back. Centre backs are Saliba and Gabriel. Obviously, we know about them. And then at left back's a tough one because Miles had a really good performance at Anfield last season, dealing with Salah, but he hasn't started the first 2 games, and he looked a bit off it in pre-season. Calafiori's had a good start to the season, but he can be shaky defensively, and if Salah gets him booked in the first half or whatever it is early on in the game, then it could be a problem. But Salah's game's changed a little bit, and he's more on passing and moving and rather than dribbling and taking man on. So Calafiori might be okay in that aspect. And then going the other way, Salah's going to have to go back and track him because Calafiori is bombing forward. So I'm sticking with Calafiori in the left back. In centre midfield, it's got to be a midfield of Zubimendi and Dek, and I'd have them in a 2. And then this is where it gets interesting because if Odegaard is fit, I am 100% starting Odegaard. And I know that might come out as a shock to some people, but Odegaard has to start. He has to. And it's not because he's going to influence the game massively and create goals and score goals. It's his influence in terms of our defensive side of the game with the pressing and also control. So in terms of pressing, he is top tier. He leads the press from the front. He knows exactly what Arteta wants us to do. And in terms of controlling the game, he knows when he can get his foot on the ball and pass the ball around and start playing. So I'd start Odegaard if he's fit. If he's not fit, we have a conundrum. We go with either Eze in the 10 or we go with Ethan. I'm not going with Ethan. I think this is a massive occasion. It's Anfield. I feel like Ethan can go in his shell a bit at times. I don't think it's the moment for him. So if Odegaard is not fit, Eze plays in the 10 for me, 100%. And I know he's obviously new to the team. He only would have trained for a week, but he has to. We've got no other choice. And I think it would be a great addition on the ball in terms of his transition power and his ability to create something out of nothing. In terms of defensive side, that's where it could be a concern because obviously he's not been with us for long. And obviously his work rate, I wouldn't say it's as high as Odegaard's, but it remains to be seen. So, but yeah, if Odegaard's not fit, it's if he is fit, I'd start Odegaard in like the advanced 8-10 role. And then in the front 3, again, if Odegaard is fit, I'm playing Eze on the left. If Odegaard is not fit and Eze is in the 10, I'm going with left winger of Martinelli. He's had previous at Anfield. He scored there last season. I think in terms of the big teams, I think Liverpool might be the team he's got a goal and assist against the most. So I think he has to play if Eze is not out on the left. Even just getting back and helping Calafiori with Salah. And obviously whatever right back they've got on that side, he can be a difference. And obviously in the transitions, his pace is a big concern for Liverpool. So I'd go Martinelli. I'd go Gyökeres, who would have a battle on his hands, but I fancy him running into those channels where their fullbacks are bombing forward. Him in those channels, he can cause problems. So Gyökeres up front, and then obviously on the right, Saka's out. I'd go with Noni, and I have faith in Noni. I'm not concerned about Saka not being fit. You know, I'm not concerned. Noni played well against Liverpool last season for Chelsea. I think it was at Stamford Bridge on the left that time, but he's also played well against Kirkes against Bournemouth. He's cooked him a few times. So, and he hasn't started the season very well, Kirkes. So I have faith that Noni can go there and do a job. He just has to make sure he does his defensive work as well. But yeah, either of those teams, with Eze in the team or Odegaard in the team, with Eze in the 10 or Odegaard in the 10, sorry, I am confident that we can go there and get 3 points. Like, this is probably one of the most confident I have been going to Anfield. I hope it don't come back to bite me, because yes, they've got players that can win a game like that. But I think we now have the difference makers as well. So yeah, if we do go with either of those teams that I've just said, I'm gonna go with a 3-1 Arsenal win at Anfield, a statement win just before the break. I'm gonna go with Gyökeres to get a goal. I'm gonna go with Gabriel to get a goal, and I'm gonna go with Declan to get a goal. That's my 3 goal scorers. 3-1 to the Arsenal. That's my prediction. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you agree with me, if you have the same confidence as me, or whether you're afraid or not. How you feel about my predicted 11, what you would change given the injuries, potential injury to Odegaard. And yeah, just let's talk about it and look forward to a massive game. Let's put a statement down and tell them we're not messing about this season, yeah? But yeah, like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that stuff, people. And we'll see you for the next one. Take care.